Hello again, everyone. I'm Paul the Nitro Skywers, and welcome once again to another edition of the Nitro Corner. Today is Friday, and today is the Impact report. So here we go with Impact from last night. Started out with Immortal coming out there with Hogan running his mouth, talk about how they had a deal RVD can't refuse, and how Mr. Anderson screwed him over last week and not playing ball with them last week. So Hogan decides to call out Mr. Anderson. Big mistake, even though he had all of Immortal out there. He was publicly dressed down by the best promo man in professional wrestling today, the self-proclaimed asshole of TNA, Mr. Anderson. And Anderson comes out there and makes two of the best comments of the week. He mentioned that all the members of Immortal are like sheep, that they follow Hogan everywhere he goes, which is true, and that he can admit that he is an asshole, but he ain't. But at least he's not everyone else in Immortal. That's up Hogan's asshole. Brilliant, just absolutely brilliant. Unfortunately for Mr. Anderson, Hogan smacked in the mouth and was attacked by Immortal. Mr. Anderson got laid out by Immortal in the end. But as usual, I would say Mr. Anderson will make his comeback. Great promo, though, by Mr. Anderson. Next up, another solid promo, this time from Velvet Sky, who basically called out Angelina Love, basically wants to kick her ass. I mean, she wants to really kick her ass. And then Winter comes out the door saying that Angelina wants nothing to do with Velvet Sky, which is a total lie. I see something come up here in the next few weeks between Velvet Sky and Angelina Love going one-on-one. Even though the angle where she's hypnotized is just totally stupid, I see something big come out of this one. Great promo by Velvet Sky. There. Next, the Immortal in their office celebrating their beatdown of Mr. Anderson. Yeah, I'm going to kiss Hogan's butt and everything else. I don't think so. Because the network, Eric Bischoff tells everyone, the network calls. We're going to have ourselves a best-of-3 series. The winner of the series between Fortune and Immortal, the winners of the best-of-3 series, will get the one-man advantage in Lethal Lockdown. And speaking of which, I believe, unfortunately, I could not ascertain any footage of the best-of-3 series. All I saw was match number 1, where Matt Hardy scored a victory over Kazarian in the best-of-3 match series. I apologize for that. It seems like TNAWrestling.com seems to be very selective lately with their highlights. I don't know why. That's kind of dumb. Next up is a 4-way match where Orlando Jordan defeated Crimson, Douglas Williams, and Jesse Neal of Inc. Very interesting. During that bout, Abyss comes out there and chokeslams Crimson on top of a steel guard rail. That was a good match. Orlando Jordan picks up the win. And then Bully Ray backstage goes into Rob Van Dam's dressing room and states that Hulk Hogan has an offer that Rob Van Dam can't refuse. Go figure on that, and it'll play a part later on in the show. And then Madison Rayne comes out there and delivers a promo. Now I want to interject something here. No, I heard there was like an angle where Mickie James got run over by a motorcycle and caused her to have a separated shoulder. Let me ask this: what happened to the old school style, putting someone out, attack them from behind with a steel chair, bust their arm, bust their leg? Do it the old school way. No, we gotta run people over with motorcycles? That don't make sense at all. It's stupid. It's just plain stupid. You want to take someone out? Grab a steel chair and just beat the living bleep out of them, will ya? I mean, that's old school, and that's the way it should be. Not, let's run them over with a motorcycle. It's cheap, it's stupid, it's dangerous. It's stupid, as far as I'm concerned. So Mickie James comes out with an arm in a sling, now with a separated shoulder going into the cage match. Basically a one-arm person. I think this is reminiscent of what they're trying to emulate what the late great Junkyard Dog did to Michael Hayes, where he was blinded by the Freebird Cream in 1980, and beat Michael Hayes inside of a dog collar steel cage match from the Louisiana Superdome in 1980. But unlike this situation with Madison Rayne and Mickey James, the Junkyard Dog Michael Hayes thing is over. It was so over with the crowd. It got tremendous heat because they did it right. This is not being done right. I'm sorry. It just ends up being so, as far as I'm concerned. Next up, Sting confronts Hulk Hogan. Confronts the Hulkster first. The Hulkster calls out RVD and asks him to join Immortal. That was the deal that RVD can't refuse. Yeah, you can. You can say no, Rob. I would say no. Sting comes out there, tells RVD to make his own decision. RVD does make a decision. He leaves ringside. Silent treatment says a lot about Rob Van Dam in that situation. And then Sting lays out Bischoff after Bischoff tells him that Hogan has owned him. Since when? What? Did I get a memo where Hogan owns Sting? No. Sting, checkmate, lays out Bischoff with a Scorpion Death Drop and tells Hogan he's going to beat him up on his own time. Checkmate, Hulk. And then, next up is the Immortal Gauntlet match. Punishment. After getting beaten up by Immortal earlier on Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson had to run through the gauntlet. The last two men were him and Bully Ray. Hulk Hogan comes out there yet again and tries to powerbomb Mr. Anderson to the floor. Sting comes out there, stops him, nails Bully Ray. The official decision was a no contest. No winner in the gauntlet match. And then the main event saw Jeff Jarrett, the Pope, and Hernandez score a victory over Samoa Joe, Matt Morgan, and Kurt Angle in a six-man tag. All in all, it was kind of an okay show. I like Anderson's promo. Once again, he's getting back to what makes him the best promo man in the business. Otherwise, I think they're missing some direction here, and it's not good when you're trying to come up, try to gain momentum towards July. Not only the Lockdown pay-per-view, which is this Sunday, but July 23rd at the Delaware State Fair. Well, that's it for this edition of the Nitro Corner. A program note: this Sunday is the booking sheet. It will replace the Classic Match of the Week for that 1 week only. It is the booking sheet Lockdown edition. I will give you my predictions towards TNA's pay-per-view Lockdown for this Sunday night. Until then, I'll be back later tonight with the Weekend Report, Part 1, SmackDown, and I'll probably have some information about 1CW. There were some videos released recently on YouTube about some new talent. I'll try to look that up for you and give you the information. Until then, this is Paul the Nitro Skyver saying, so long, everybody.